You know, what is the root of the problems that we are facing, and then how can we address that root? Those are the critical questions that I think we have, because, you know, we need to have large-scale change very quickly.
Yeah.
So we gotta know what it is we think we wanna do, and then figure out a way to do it.
Oil is the root.
Well, I think of oil as a symptom. I think the economic system is the root. And everything else that we see around us is the way that a certain group of individuals have arranged our society so that they can accumulate capital and make profit. And so, believing that, that's an assumption, but believing that, then I see oil as a hideous danger and a cruel manifestation of this economic system.
Well, it's just that we've had, the economic system has been developing, but the economic system was really able to take off with the slavery of oil, using oil as our cheap energy. Having that cheap energy, we were able to expand this.
Well, that's why I call it a symptom.
Yeah, but they were together. I mean, there was absolutely, I mean, we had, climate change was not a problem until the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Everything, that's when it started to spike. And so we did not have, I mean, before that there was slavery. I mean, we replaced slavery with oil. It's not that people were in, you know, they found ways of having cheap energy by enslaving people, but it was that source of cheap energy that allowed our economy to just.
It did, but it would not have exploded as you described it unless there had been an economic system ready to exploit it.
Right, they were together.
Well, but she'd say root, so we're trying to get down to what is the root, the real foundation. And a Christian would say,
Greed.
Would say what?
Greed.
So are we doing right now, Gene?
Yeah, we're working
We're
at
trying to
it.
get at the root of all of our problems.
Is your hand up, Art?
Yep. I would say that a big root reason is the failure to follow a pretty simple prescription in coming to public policy conclusions. And that's the use of evidence, real evidence, and reason, rather than intuition, feelings, political party, religion, pseudoscience, superstition, and many other things that are not evidence or reason, either one. The simple use of evidence and reason would get us a long way, and we don't do that. And that's why why a lot of my life has been devoted to teaching scientific literacy, because I think that keeps in with that notion.
Okay, I have so far the economic system, oil, science and critical thinking.
Okay, that's a good
And
one.
Art's very first comment as our afternoon began was taxes. That if you tax something, you get rid of it. And I meant to ask you at the time, but I didn't get a chance. Would you apply that across the board?
Monetize.
In everything?
Just a little.
Monetize rather than tax, I think we should.
Find the real cost of things, the real human cost, because what are we after anyway? It's human happiness, human endeavor. And what's the cost to human happiness of producing, in the long run, of producing all this carbon, and of destroying the soil, and putting nitrous oxide in it, and also on? Pay attention to the real costs of everything we do. They don't do that, they just pay attention to the profits of what they do.
Okay, we got Linda, we got Lolly, we got Marvin. Anybody else? And then Alberta. Okay, that's Alberta.
And,
That's our order. Linda, Marvin, Lolly.
and we're keeping our focus
On
on
roots. We're
What?
talking about roots.
what is the root of climate catastrophe. It's happening to us now. What has caused this? We're trying to go way back and get down into it. Okay?
I gotta agree with Shelley about it is easier to extract than do anything else. I was in the oil business and I was in the plastics business. You can't have plastics without the ethylene, okay? And I remember their arguments, and my thing is, I don't I think because we are exploiting and extracting from our planet. That's the biggest problem. But my idea and my thought is, know thine enemy. What are they? Know thine
Oh, no.
enemy. What? How are they getting, because they have what we don't have, political power. They are holding legislators, kings, whoever, by the balls, excuse the expression. But one of the things, when people started arguing about plastics, and oh, plastics are bad, stop. If you make this thing out of polyester, you're taking a waste product from us. Aren't we good? We're using up the waste product. Okay, aren't we good? Do you understand their thinking? And then, because you're making that out of polyester, you are not making it out of cotton or linen or silk. And the cotton place and the linen place and the silk place eventually can be used to feed people food. And you get, technically you get oil from cottonseed. But they were so able to extract not only the resources of the earth, but all the, aren't we wonderful crap? Oh, gee, we can see that cotton farm. You don't need pure cotton. A lot of people, I just bought baby stuff for people in Europe. You can't give them anything but cotton stuff for the baby. They go nuts with this kind of stuff. But this was the ages ago. I mean, this is in the 60s and 70s. Look what we're doing. We're freeing up the earth so you can have food grown over there because you don't have to wear cotton anymore. You can have so you can wear polyester. And then, of course, appealing to women, you don't have time. But they came out as champions because now we've got 3 things we don't have to grow anymore. Now we can grow corn, wheat, whatever. So what I'm saying is know the enemy because they have not only the political power and the money to do things, they have the hearts and the minds of the people who are going to make the decisions. Mm-hmm. And they are plucking the same strings you are.
So out-propagandize the enemy.
That's exactly what you have to do, but you have to make people want it. If I'm sitting there with my Cheetos and my big screen TV, honey, I couldn't care less that this person over there is making $2 an hour. I don't give a crap. We have to make it be meaningful in their daily lives. Telling them the president wrongly committed treason with his Russia, they don't know anything about, they don't care, because it doesn't affect their personal lives. And what the oil companies did, and plastics companies now, all the bad, Monsanto and everything, but we're gonna have a wheat that you can grow anywhere, just buy our seeds and our, fertilizer. But they made emotional arguments. Knowing how the enemy.
We are done at 3:30.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so your point is that capitalism is at the root of all this.
Capitalism is at the root, but don't think we own the emotional arguments for or against capitalism. We don't own it.
Okay, Marvin?
Money owns it.
Yeah, power.
Oh, okay.
Every time that I join in one of these discussions about climate change, I'm reminded of when I worked on our subsistence farm up in southwestern Missouri.
Yeah.
We slaved away. I had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, start working. Sometimes we wouldn't get done until dark. It's a lot of hard work. But now I'm doing a little bit of that in my backyard garden. But also I'm reminded of the fact that science and technology can help us not be slaves. And I'm reminded of a big hydroponic farm in a large building near Chicago, Illinois, where they grow vegetables, mostly by using science and technology. So,
Oh, but you've jumped to our solutions. Right now, we're talking about the root causes of climate catastrophe.
Well, her solution could be the hydroponic, is it a greenhouse?
That's what you just said.
Yeah, well, that sounds like
That
a
this,
solution.
that this is,
Well,
that's why I said, that is a great
Oh,
solution.
okay.
Okay, but we are on roots now, we wanna hear
I
about
thought
roots.
science and
a lot-
technology maybe was part of the solution.
yeah,
That
right.
makes you happy, huh?
Let's say science. Yeah, we all agree on it.
Art's happy.
So, Lolly is next.
I really wanted to ask Shelley something, but I would like to say something to Marvin and Art. Organic hydroponics don't really mix. If you're using water that comes out of a contaminated river or out of a city system that might have heavy metals in it, you don't really have clean food. Science can be taken awry, just like anything else. Geoengineering, to me, is frightening that we might attempt to geoengineer ourselves out of the climate catastrophe because we don't know what the secondary problems that geoengineering might give us. But here is my original question, and it's a little bit off track, but Shelley, we all noticed with CCL that threesome GOP guys, Schultz and
Actually,
even
there are
Tillerson too.
the climate leadership.
Well, I'm talking more about the fact that there were three, Baker and Schultz and the other guy, whose name we all know, Paulson, want a carbon fee with dividend. And so it's slightly different than what CCL does. Tillerson has even said it, though I never trusted
Right.
Tillerson. What do you think, having worked with CCL all this time?
I'm really concerned about it. CCL is backing it because this is the only way we can get anything through at this time. My biggest concern is that in exchange for getting a carbon fee and dividend, which is very similar to what the CCL is proposing, that they would gut regulations.
Right.
I'm really concerned about that, but the thing is that regulations are gonna be gutted anyway. And I did talk to John Bethel and said, what would that mean for Arkansas? What regulations might we lose in Arkansas specifically? He's the head of he's one of the directors of the Public Service Commission. And he said, well, the mercury rule has already happened, and NOx and SOx rule has already happened. The Clean
What's that
Power-
second one?
NOx and SOx, the nitrous oxide and sulfur dioxide, those toxins, the rule regulating those, that's already happened, that would not be affected. The Clean Power Plan is not gonna happen anyway, so he doesn't think that losing regulations that were related specifically to climate change would affect it. I'm also worried that there might be other regulations that might go by the board, like say if you had regulations for endangered species or something like that, so I don't know if that would fall under it, so I think there's a lot of, yeah.
Has nothing to do with climate.
Okay, we are
think-
seriously off the topic of roots here, and if we're abandoning, if you all want to abandon that discussion, I suppose we could, but I think that it would be really nice to continue with it. Does no one else do you have ideas, Alberto, about a root cause of this problem?
Besides some of the comments already made, and trying to be brief, to me, two other things are important. One is education, somehow related to what Art already alluded to before. I believe the more educated we become, the more able we are to make sound decisions. And it is very clear, I've seen it in this room from last month session, that education is a point that comes out to the conversation every so often. So education to me is something highly important. And the other one, coming from where I am, and also considering having been fortunate enough to have visited a few countries from from wonderful New Zealand and Australia and some European countries, all the way to China and India. To me, there's, I have no doubt the world population of humans has come to a tremendous threshold, and that is a huge aspect that is driving in a good part this environmental situation that we are discussing here. And certainly, whatever else you add to that, it is in my view related back to the size of the human population we have currently.
Okay, I want to put in my 2 cents here about roots. So, you know, it seems to me like with climate change, there's been a lot of focus about fossil fuels, and then sometimes we go a little deeper than that, and we say that there's a problem with growth, that we need to not have a growth economy, and then sometimes we take it a little bit further than that, and we go, capitalism is the problem, we need to get rid of capitalism, and from my background as a radical lesbian feminist for 30 years, really, I take it further than that. I think that capitalism developed out of this system of domination that's been with us since the origins of Western civilization in, you know, the Near East area. That the very first civilizations that developed along the Tigris-Euphrates River, they already had male domination in place, and class oppression was already in place when those very first civilizations in Western civilization were formed. And from there, you know, they went on to develop slavery and an entire system based in domination of some people over other people, to put it in its simplest terms, came about. And that system is, you know, was what was present in Europe when capitalism got started, and the system of domination and exploitation of some people over other people is what I see as the source. And male domination of women, of course, is a key piece of that. And so what I would say is that we need to undo all of our systems of domination and exploitation, and that majorly includes capitalism. So there's my root. Other roots, only roots. If you have a root, to speak. If you don't, don't.
I don't have a root, but
I
I just want to say something. Before we close, I want to read about a bill that's dangerous related to organic farming.
Okay, but why don't we say that at the very end?
I will.
If we have any more roots, we'll talk about that. Otherwise, we'll conclude, and somebody has something else they have to say, we can. So, Art, you have a root?
A couple of good points about roots have just been made. One about overpopulation, another about freedom of women, non-dominance of women. The problem on both of those comes back to fundamentalist religion more than anything else, more than any other one thing. You think of fundamentalist Islam, you think of Catholicism, you think of fundamentalist Protestants, and the subject of birth control, abortions on the one hand, and overpopulation. The subject of the status of women, it's a very big deal, because sex is always a very big deal for religion. They hate it, basically. And I think that fundamentalist religion, not all religion necessarily, I would be fine getting rid of all religion myself. I'd be just fine. But as far as belief in God and liberal religion and Lowell Grisham and the Episcopalians and a lot of good groups, good social groups for one thing, there's a lot of good in religion, but Fundamentalist religion is the root of a lot of the world's problems right now.
We need to go back to worshiping the goddess and then we worship the earth.
We have a local group who worships the goddess.
I know, I got a lot of them worshiping the goddess.
Well, what the Buddhists say, it's ignorance, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. Buddhism is the most okay of the bunch.
I just got this is from Next World. It said, will organic gardening be outlawed? This past November, the Senate passed S510, the Food Safety Modernization Act. Called it the Corporate Regulation Monopoly Act, says George Nader of Survive and Thrive TV, interviewed here on Russia Today. This is an extremely alarming piece of legislation that grants the FDA and the government more power to suppress and control the organic food supply. And there's a video, it says, I urge you to learn more about S510, and there's a video on it. And so this is from Next World TV called Armageddon.
And this is a Republican bill to regulate
I'm sure
individual.
it's Republican. No more organic farming.
What's the number on the bill?
S510.
S.
Is this federal or state?
This is federal.
Okay.
If you want,
I'm thinking it's federal. I mean, this passed, I
Senate
think it's
bill.
federal. Yeah, Senate S510.
if
It
you
said
want
it's to regulate, organic farming.
I don't know anything about, this is all I know. I just got this today and thought it was pertinent.
Yeah.
There is a video on it.
if you will
that I
forward
watched.
without a lot of trouble, just
I
copy
will
and paste
forward
it,
it.
then I would have more chance to actually take action.
I will forward it.
Yeah, I called my senator about it.
I will forward it.
Oh, not you.
Well, we will keep on. The agents.
The idiots, yeah, you can't say their names.
Thank you all. I'm going to get back to you with our list of root causes, and then we can keep
Good
going on.
idea. Well, they'll really like it. Because I'm not maybe Christian.
There's the best article on Mr. Trump that I have seen.
But we were talking about roots.
In perspective. Front-page article in perspective.
Okay, is today's paper? Okay, I haven't
There's a
read
section
that.
called perspectives, it's got the op-eds, and it's a 4-page section.
Oh, okay. That's
Look at the
not,
front article on there.
You all.
is that on the A section or?
No, it's about the D or E or G
Okay.
section.
Did everyone get a copy of this? Who wants a copy?
It's what?
I don't want to lose it.
It's the editorial.
Okay, editorial's great.
Thanks for coming. What'd you say to me?
The idea is
That's what I would take
that
about.
Trump is pure sugar, that's all he is.
Yeah.
Pure, all he is, Trump, that's all, he's like pure water. Everything is sugar.
Yeah.
He doesn't, there's no consistency, there doesn't need to be. He wants the show to go on, he wants to look good.
Yeah.
He doesn't even hear about any of these ideas. Left, right,
Good place for us.
yeah,
Just like
he wants
it's a
to come up, to put on a good show.
That's because he's narcissistic.
So look good, yeah, he
Yeah,
wants to look good.
yeah.
Not just in physical looks, of course.
Oh, sure.
He wants his whole
Thanks for
His whole, rule to look
Well, I
good.
guess I sidetracked a bit.
What's our next book?
Yes, you did, Marvin, we have to recall you.
What's our next book?
But you don't drink enough wine, really, if you just do that, like I took four, try four now. And the
What's our
focus
next
is
book?
not having the lane.
Brady Snake Grass.
You wouldn't want me here, but I drink it.
Hello, very good, hey, good to see you, but I was gonna compliment you, it's such a lovely, light-hearted language. You stole it from a kindergarten kid.
Yes. You are not here really in anarchism discussion, were you?
No, I don't remember.
The room is the damn full.
You're trying to steal the show.
Yeah,
By
that's a sign that we're.
It really was.
Well, Chomsky surprised me, his
Is this for
anarchism
Gladys?
is very much like, he would like to have a pure democracy, in which all decisions are made by the people. And so So it's not anything really radical. Well, pure democracy is radical, yeah. Decisions made by the people, that's radical.
Chauncey's system requires honesty, and we don't have too much of that.
And memory. You know, keep dealing with ignorance all the time. People just won't remember or can't remember.
I don't think Trump gives a crap what he says.
I think he thinks, and he's been proven right, that if he just acts outrageously, people will vote for him.
I guess.